Everyone, please welcome to the stage Mike Polhemus, pastor of the Rock Church in Castle Rock, who will offer this afternoon's invocation.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. They've only given me 30 minutes to speak, so I'm going to try to, I don't know why everyone's laughing. No, I think I can do it in just a couple minutes, though. But I just wanted to say, first off, I'm so honored to be here. What an honor to be with all of you. I know many of you, but I don't know all of you. Hopefully I'll get to know you, but this is a great place to be. And I will say this. I've worked, actually, I'll say this first. 35 years ago, I moved to Castle Rock, and I actually graduated from Douglas County in 1992, raised 3 children. I've been in and out of the state and worked as an engineer, as a developer, both on the commercial side and the residential side. I've worked with over 18 municipalities, and I will say, of everyone that I've worked with, Douglas County, and I don't just say this because we're in Douglas County, I'm serious that Douglas County is by far the best I have ever seen. It is an amazing place, and it's not because of the location. It is because of the people that are here. And so thank you, because this is all because of you that we're here together and celebrating this amazing time, this amazing year that we've had. The tagline, as it says right here, is celebrating all the ways we unite in service to others. And I want to say this, although we have done a great job, I would hope that we would never be satisfied with where we are. In Luke 12, it says this, to whom much is given, much is expected. We are in a time where we need to, it's a next step that we're going up to. We have to get to this next place. We can't stay status quo. And this is what I believe we need to do. As I was praying, as I had this opportunity to come up here, I felt I'm going to speak into this, and I hope this just hits home with each one of us. That next level of serving requires love. And I say this, love requires action. Love is not just a feeling, it's actually an action. I want to read from 1 John 3:16. It says, this is how we know what love is. Jesus Christ laid down his life for us. And so we are under obligation to lay our lives down for one another. It's a different level of love than I think the world typically sees. It's actually a love where we would lay our lives down for one another. It goes on to say this, if anyone has material possession and sees his brother in need and has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in him? Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with action and in truth. So we are in a time, and by the way, in 1 Corinthians 13, it says this, it says, if you give away everything you own and you hand your body over if you give up everything you own and if you hand your body over so that you can boast, but you do not have love, it says you have nothing. So this is going to be the foundation of everything. I could go on, but I want to do this. I want to have our commissioners stand up, wherever they are. Oh, they're already standing up. There we go. We didn't prepare this, obviously. I want to pray, first off, over our commissioners, and then I want to pray over the county, over all of us. But we're commanded to pray for our leaders. And so would you guys first just bow your heads, and we're going to pray over our commissioners, and then we'll do a second prayer. So, Lord, we just thank you for our 3 amazing commissioners. Lord, that they would give of their lives to serve for this county. We thank you for the amazing work that's been done, even over this past year. And I pray, Lord, for your wisdom, for your understanding in this time, that we do not operate from our own understanding. It says that your ways are higher than our ways. And so I ask that in these times when we may not understand fully how to move forward, but Lord, you know how to move forward. And so I ask you to give them a spirit of wisdom and revelation in this time. I thank you for your protection over them. And I thank you that you are going to lead them and guide them in Jesus' name. Amen. And now I'm going to ask if you would do this. Would you just stand up? If I get everyone to stand up. I want to pray this over all of us together, because here's the thing. We've moved into hard times, somewhat hard times. I believe we're moving into even harder times. But when the going gets tough, this is where the tough get going. And I believe we're in a time right now where we get to honor each other in an amazing way, come together in a spirit of unity, love one another. And as we do this, this county is going to continue to thrive. So I know this might be a little uncomfortable, but I'm going to ask you to do this as well. Would you just maybe put a hand on someone else, just because we're connected? And here, you guys didn't expect this, but this is like, where are we going? There's something about just even in that touch of just that we're all connected as one. We're in that we would be in unity. And so I'm going to pray from Philippians 2, and this is the words of Paul. And so I'm just going to kind of pray this as we are connected as one. So I am asking you, my friends, that you would be joined together in perfect unity, with one heart, with one passion, and united with one love. Lord, I pray that we would walk together with one harmonious purpose, and that you would fill our hearts with an unbounded joy. May we be free from the pride-filled opinions, for they only harm our cherished unity. And Lord, let us not allow that self-promotion to hide in our hearts, but in authentic humility, that we would put others first, and that we would view others as more important than ourselves. Help us to abandon every display of selfishness and possess a greater concern for what matters to others instead of to our own interests. And so, Lord, I just say this over everyone here, over Douglas County. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. And the Lord turn his face towards you and give you shalom peace. God bless. Amen.
Everyone, now please welcome to the stage Lorelei Pavlo, a student at Rock Canyon High School, who will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please welcome to the stage our very own Douglas County Sheriff, Darren Weekly.
It's hard to follow that up. That was amazing. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. No applause at all.
Thank you, Sheriff. And now, everyone, please welcome to the stage your Board of Douglas County Commissioners, Board Chair Abe Layden, Board Vice Chair George Teal, and Laura Thomas.
Well, you guys didn't know this was Audience Participation Day today, did you? Now, first rule of public speaking, never give a pastor a microphone. Mike Behemoth, we love you to pieces. He's truly the county's pastor. Friends and colleagues, by all standard metrics, we are blessed to gather here in the healthiest and wealthiest region in the state. But you and I just call it Douglas County. Welcome. Our thanks to the Board of Education and the school district for the opportunity to gather at the new Legacy campus, which is playing a critical role in accelerating the talent pipeline to key industries in our community. 2023 was a tremendous year, full of achievements that were made possible through partnership. Whether it was our work as one of only 2 counties in the state that reduced homelessness, immediately taking out wildfires as the only county with a dedicated aerial crew, leading economic development in our new Douglas County Aerospace Corridor, leading the statewide charge to reduce property taxes with unprecedented action, or launching a water commission to ensure we have a plan for our collective water future. The essential work of our county would not be possible without you.
Well, as we begin, we would like to thank our table sponsors for their support. Denver South, HRCA, Sterling Ranch, Castle Pines, All Health, Castle Rock, Lone Tree, Douglas County Community Foundation, Northwest Douglas County Northwest Douglas County Chamber and EDC, Skyridge Medical Center, the Mulhern Group, and AD Works. For everyone here, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, by all means. For everyone here, this is your day, and it's our opportunity to celebrate the partnership in the public interest. While we are elected public servants, we know everyone in this room becomes a servant leader when they have been called to service. Today we honor you and the life-changing accomplishments achieved this year, improving the quality of life for the multiple generations that we all serve here in Douglas County.
And there is no greater example of partnership in the public interest than the immediate response and recovery efforts that occurred following the historic tornado in Highlands Ranch on June 22nd, 2023. Let's watch this video to see partnership in action.
Sometimes we get notice.
No. We got winds, probably 100 mile an hour. Oh my God!
For a no-notice event like a tornado, that time is of the essence.
I couldn't even see the road.
A big tornado right in front of us!
3 or 4 minutes later, we activated the EOC.
Large tornado in South Denver right now.
The alarm on the phone goes off and says, take shelter.
And I just thought it's time for me to go in the basement.
Everything's just getting pummeled.
Less than an hour after the tornado hit, we had a dozen people in this room working on problem solving.
Heavy winds are expected.
We expect this to be a very challenging response.
I live in Highlands Ranch.
In Douglas County, I've been here for about 4 years.
We get tornado warnings all the time, but they rarely actually are tornadoes.
No, never. Not at all.
No, there's no precedence for a tornado in Highlands Ranch.
This morning, my wife and I woke up and we're just like, oh my goodness, like, where do we even begin? And Chuck drove along and he's like, hey, I'll chop it down for free. And we're like, what?
This tree was way out in the street.
He was able to chop up the whole tree except for the stump.
Thank you so much for all that you did for us, Chuck.
No
You're
problem.
just a blessing from the Lord.
There's a lot of problems after a tornado.
Strangers and neighbors are helping each other. Hey, that's what we do.
But one of the biggest problems was, where do we go with the stuff?
Get on in.
Off you go.
We're gonna go see what Mother Nature did to Highlands Ranch.
Some roof damage down there.
Damage to the wall there, hopefully minor.
One priority is to get more sites set up so that people can take the debris to.
I found out Thursday night that we needed to build this facility.
And we're doing that without charging our residents because we know it needs to get done quickly.
We had to have it open by Sunday night.
So we have a place to put it. That's what's good, yeah.
All of our partners are coming together to help us help our citizens.
I'm really proud, and I'm really proud of my crew that stuck it out here.
You're not alone. There are so many people in this community right now willing to help. So I popped by today to see the communications hub, the place where all the magic is happening.
20 minutes ago. This is near real-time activities that are going on. Crisis Cleanup is a collaboration platform for community organizations to help neighbors. My role is to just help volunteers help more people by letting them know who needs help.
Right now we have today about 2,000 volunteers that are out and about working with Crisis Cleanup.
The collaboration between Douglas County and HRMD and HRCA alike is phenomenal.
It was good the county could connect the volunteers to the residents.
Public Works is working on it. Chainsaw crews from my emergency services unit are out there.
Team Rubicon, we're pretty responsive. We can, what we call buck them up, cut them up for you, limb them up. And we are bringing that vegetative debris to the curb for the homeowners that are requesting assistance.
It costs zero. That's the good news, yeah. These are incredible people that spend their free time helping others.
We don't try to seek anything in return. We just feel like it's an opportunity for us to serve, and we really, truly believe that.
This is crazy. Glenwood Lane affected? Not here. It's just so strange.
It's good that they're doing all the work that they're doing because, I mean, it's our homes, that's our property values.
Oh, wow, you got a window blown out here?
It's just overwhelming how we're just helping each other and stepping up to the plate.
People do that in Douglas County. We're a very resilient county.
We are so grateful, and our gratitude extends beyond the borders of Douglas County to the state of Colorado. We want to say a special thank you to the Colorado Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management and to the Colorado Office of Preparedness. Their help led to a disaster declaration from the White House, and those funds will be used to directly reimburse those agencies that helped with response and recovery.
Everybody's thankful that the tornado itself wasn't worse than it was.
Haven't heard of anyone who was seriously hurt, so that's the good news.
We just beat this by being Douglas County and Highlands Ranch.
There you go.
What do we say?
Thank you.
You're very welcome, buddy. Have a good day, okay?
Glad I live in Douglas County.
We want to thank all who helped our citizens respond and recover. Would you all please stand so we can properly thank you? You just saw only a preview of some of the incredible, selfless, and some acts of service this year in Douglas County by so many in this room, achieved through major county initiatives that support our board's 6 core priorities. We know, just as you do, that public service is so much more than just an investment of time. It is also how you serve, with a servant's heart, with purpose and with the knowledge that you are part of something much larger, something that can leave a positive difference in the lives of those we serve for generations to come.
You know, before we move forward, nothing that we do would be possible without the incredible work of our Douglas County staff. If you are Douglas County staff, would you stand and be recognized, please? speaking of someone who selflessly served, our reflection on the state of this amazing county would not be possible without acknowledging a tremendous leader who always put the service of others above ego or self. Commissioner and former chairman of our board, Roger Partridge, passed away on October 29th, 2023. He was beloved by all and always carried into the most challenging of meetings a kind word, a twinkle in his eye, and more likely than not, a really corny dad joke. His remarkable faith and optimism helped carry us through dark times, from the STEM shooting to COVID-19, and through a variety of initiatives, we are honored to carry forward his deep commitment to public safety, massive transportation improvements, and fighting wildfires hard, heavy, and fast. Roger's favorite time of year was the county fair, when you could hear what he called the sound of joy. I hope when you join us there this next summer and are smiling in the sun with your families, you will remember Roger. Please join me in a moment of silence for our dear departed friend. May he rest in peace. Thank you. The Douglas County Homeless Initiative was birthed in 2021 to collaboratively address homelessness through the 4 C's: compassion, code enforcement, community services, and communications, all aimed at reducing our homeless count to functional zero. Last year, we introduced you to HEART, the Homeless Engagement Assistance and Resource Team, a navigator paired with law enforcement who respond to the unhoused with the 4 C's. Fast forward to today, and HEART has handled more than 1,400 referrals from law enforcement, citizens, and partner agencies. In conjunction with our Handouts Don't Help campaign, 66 road signs redirecting generosity to trusted nonprofits, as well as our countywide restrictions on homeless encampments, we have reclaimed our public spaces. Panhandling has dried up, homeless encampments are non-existent, and 100% of those who actually seek services and accept them receive the care that they need to begin the journey to self-sufficiency. Due to these measures, Douglas County, again, was one of only 2 counties in the state to have an overall reduction in homelessness this past year, and we will continue to work toward functional zero. Please watch this video.
There's not a lot of homeless here, but there is homeless.
That's it?
Yeah.
Right on.
It is sad. Can we try to help you get to somewhere?
Homelessness is a problem everywhere. It's a regional issue.
HEART stands for Homeless Engagement Assistance and Resource Team. We proactively go out into the community and try to find those who are experiencing homelessness and navigate them to the appropriate resources.
The navigator has the ability to contact the individual, let them know what services are available, but we also have the deputy sheriff there for safety.
Our homeless initiative is operating under the 4 C's, leading with compassion, but code enforcement, community services, and communications. Being homeless isn't a crime, but in Douglas County, it is still a crime if you're vandalizing, urinating in front of a building, or you have a baby in a median. In an effort to reclaim your public spaces in Douglas County, your Board of County Commissioners has recently enacted a countywide camping ban.
It's critical. It gives us a tool to actually enforce the law.
We've found bottles of urine, we've found needles, drug paraphernalia, drugs.
A lot of them have trauma, mental health, substance abuse.
I used to live in a house.
We find individuals who have severe mental health challenges.
I asked her, she said she didn't know where she was from. What else can we help you with, though?
They don't know how to navigate the system. They're not in the right headspace.
We may have to connect them with mental health services or with drug rehab programs.
We can do just about anything. We could get them shelter, we can get them jobs, we can get them treatment if they want the treatment.
Understanding that these are real people in real situations is very important.
There is a group in the community that cares about them, cares about their well-being.
Oh, so sweet. Thank you so much.
We have food and water with us.
Today is Thursday at 8:47 a.m.
And where are we now?
We are at an RTD bus station.
I'm also waiting for a doctor's appointment because I take chemotherapy drugs. So.
Their mission is to go out and identify and contact any homeless individuals within Douglas County to connect them with services.
I've known him for a while, for 2 or 3 3 months now.
We want these folks to talk to us so we can help connect them with services. We've got to open up that dialogue. We've got to open up that rapport so that they know that law enforcement and the HEART team is not the enemy. We're here to help.
And once we're able to gain their trust and it shows that we're just trying to help, that's when they start kind of working with us. We are looking for an individual who is newly unhoused, who is needing assistance. You lost your job recently, is that right?
I haven't lost it, but I haven't been able to make it there.
Hey Mark, it's Greg with the HEART team. I'm trying to give him viable options to get him off his feet so he doesn't become homeless.
It's been 3 weeks of this for me that I've been fighting.
I would say I think we are making a big change.
And then these gentlemen come and they give a little bit more hope that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
We're so thrilled that on the 1-year anniversary of HEART that the Douglas County Homeless Initiative is working. We're one of 2 counties in the metro area that has seen an overall reduction in homelessness. In fact, a 36% reduction. In addition to that, panhandling has dried up. As a result of our Handouts Don't Help campaign, citizens just like you are reminded not to give out at intersections, which is not safe for them or the people receiving funds, but to give to the Red Cross of Douglas County, our Douglas County Community Foundation. Thank you for your partnership with us.
We truly appreciate the efforts and expertise of this team. This year, we unfortunately absolutely had to talk about the issue of human trafficking, which is occurring in Douglas County. This year, our board unanimously approved a new ordinance in unincorporated Douglas County to reduce this crime with licensing and inspections, and is advancing legislation this year through Colorado Counties Incorporated to ensure federal criminal background checks occur where trafficking exists. We also hosted an educational live town hall and created a safety video in partnership with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and the 18th Judicial District.
Beginning in 2025, Douglas, Elbert, and Lincoln counties will comprise the new 23rd Judicial District, serving residents in all 3 counties. After this transition, the 18th Judicial District will comprise only Arapahoe County. Douglas County is working in partnership with affected jurisdictions to ensure a smooth transition, especially for the District Attorney's Office and its staff. The county is also working with its partners on a mental health specialty court that will manage cases specifically including a mental health component.
Many may not be aware of another key accomplishment this year, the creation of our Region 12 Opioid Abatement Council, the body that provides oversight of the opioid settlement funds to ensure the distribution of those funds complies with the terms of any settlement and the Colorado Opioid Settlement Memorandum of Understanding. Settlements are being distributed to the state, local governments, and regions. Douglas County received $1.7 million in 2023 and is expected to receive $2.5 million in 2024. We fought to ensure that Douglas County would be its own region, not lumped in with other Denver metro counties, to chart our own future course when it comes to addressing the opioid crisis. And now, thanks to the hard work of so many, the Opioid Abatement Council is advancing recommendations to direct the millions of dollars it is receiving to implement case management, detox, medicated assisted treatment for opioid use disorders, peer support, transportation, and youth opioid use prevention. Once again in 2023, Douglas County made historic investments in firefighting tools needed to protect your life and property from wildfires, the #1 potential threat facing Douglas County. And new this year, approval for use on federal lands in the county. Partners include the Douglas County Sheriff's Office and the Douglas County Office of Emergency Management. Let's watch this video.
It's a perfect day at Bluffs Regional Park in Lone Tree, Douglas County, Colorado. Now that you've had an opportunity to take in the views, I'd like you to focus on the homes in these neighborhoods. Did you know that 1 square mile in Douglas County represents $111 million in property values, and the #1 threat is wildfire?
do have ground hazards via power poles. We got a double set of lines on the ground.
It's the reason that we invest in this, an exclusive use firefighting helicopter ready to respond 153 days a year.
This helicopter is absolutely critical to Douglas County wildfire response. It can hold up to 323 gallons of water and up to 9 passengers. No other county in Colorado is contracting for helicopter suppression like Douglas County is.
Douglas County is a leader in the state of Colorado in terms of wildland firefighting. We get in there, we do the drops quickly, we get it out fast.
Douglas County is the only county in the state to have a HeliTAC crew, which stands for Helicopter Attack, dedicated to addressing wildfires both in the air and on the ground.
Especially on the Front Range, wind-driven fires get very large very quickly. So the idea is we don't have to wait for outside resources. There isn't a time delay. If we can catch these fires very small, get on them very rapidly, our chance of success is very high.
We know at least one of those fires had the potential to be catastrophic. Sparked by lightning in the Pike National Forest, it would have taken crews 2 hours to get there. Thanks to the helicopter, Douglas County crews were there in minutes.
We don't wait when we have a fire or a wildfire in Douglas County.
Between the helicopter, our HeliTAC crew, wildfire mitigation on county properties, we're doing everything that we can to protect you and your property. We would ask you to do the same. Mitigate your property, harden your home from wildfire, sign up for Code Red, and have an evacuation plan and go get ready at any time.
And we know that none of this would be possible without the incredible volunteer work of the Douglas County Wildfire Initiative.
This would be awesome for the Wildfire Initiative to take a look at as a whole, for the county as a whole.
Thanks to this incredible partnership, we in Douglas County will continue to protect your families and your property and hit wildfires hard, heavy, and fast.
Joining us today are many agencies with whom we partnered again this year to implement the many priorities of the county's wildfire initiative. Through remarkable partnerships, families and individuals who need help are receiving it. Local nonprofits, the faith-based community, as well as the state and federal government, working with us to help create the path to self-sufficiency and self-reliance for individuals and families. We have tremendous gratitude for everyone here today who serves the vulnerable and at-risk individuals and families among us. Speaking of which, with us this afternoon are board members of the Douglas County Community Foundation. Composed of C-suite executives and Douglas County mayors, the fundraising, impact, and outreach has grown exponentially with each passing year. This year, the foundation established a community emergency relief fund to which Douglas County contributed $200,000 in matching funds to directly assist our communities, nonprofits, and first responders during catastrophic events. As of today, the Douglas County Community Foundation has raised $370,000 for this fund. And I know they want me to remind you to give where you live on December 5th and support the nonprofits that are making a difference in our community.
Your safety and your family's safety is a priority at school, on the road, at home, and in our community. So that is where we invest. In fact, Douglas County invests more in law enforcement per citizen than any neighboring county. This year, with that investment, we hired 27 additional deputies. The investment, paired with the expertise and courage of all of our first responders, helps keep us all safe. At this time, I'd like to honor all of you who help keep our community safe. Our first responders, emergency managers, and those who help educate and mitigate against wildfires in Douglas County, along with our DCCF board and staff, please stand to be recognized. Come on. And let's talk about water. It's foundational to healthy families and economic vitality. And for many years, citizen survey data has revealed support for a partnership approach that would centrally coordinate water plans, now administered by multiple water districts. We recently appointed the first Douglas County Water Commission. The goal of this 11-member advisory board, through a culture of collaboration and mutually beneficial outcomes, is the integration of existing water provider plans into our 2050 comprehensive Douglas County Water Plan that will identify strategic policies countywide and broaden public awareness of water supply. We're also investing in projects we already know are vital to our water supply and the health and safety of our residents in Leviers and Sedalia. This year, Douglas County invested $35 million of ARPA dollars funding to ensure water quality and quantity along the US 85 corridor. The investment will help our residents in Leviers and Sedalia have clean water for their families. And coupled with the US 85 widening project, these improvements will drive economic growth along this vital regional corridor.
We know that one of the most attractive attributes of Douglas County is our commitment to the preservation of open space. In 2023, a milestone real estate transaction with Douglas County, Sterling Ranch, and Comores LLC resulted in the preservation of 204 acres of open space, connecting the missing link in the wildlife migration corridor between the Roxborough State Park and Highlands Ranch backcountry.
Volunteering in Douglas County is one of the best examples of partnership in the public interest. Neighbors helping neighbors and individuals supporting critical county services. Did you know that in 2023, Douglas County had more than 1,000 volunteers? 1,100 supporting our fair and rodeo, 333 supporting parks, 252 supporting open space, and 147 volunteer seats on our 18 boards and commissions. And next year, there will be a new twice-a-year volunteer opportunity modeled after a Scandinavian tradition called DUGNAD, except we're going to call it D-O-U-G-NAD, probably too cute by half, where neighbors and friends start with coffee and donuts in the morning and then venture out and clean their neighborhoods. Watch for more details as the new year begins.
With tremendous thanks to our Fair Board, 75 sponsors, and 1,100 individuals donating volunteer hours, the Douglas County Fair and Rodeo welcomed 65,000 individuals through the fairground gates this year. They experienced 30 events, 19 different performers, 253 hours of performances. In the fairgrounds barns, there were 1,754 animal exhibits throughout the week, culminating with the annual livestock sale that generated nearly $600,000 for youth scholarships. All 4 of the PRC rodeo performances sold out again this year. And in October, the Douglas County Fair and Rodeo was named the recipient of the 2023 Polaris Remuda Reward and will be honored at the PRCA Awards Banquet in Las Vegas later this year. At the direction of the Reuter Hess Recreation Authority in 2023, Douglas County became responsible for managing the day-to-day activities and programming recreational activities and opportunities at the reservoir. We and our authority partners, the City of Castle Pines, the Town of Castle Rock, the City of Lone Tree, the Town of Parker, and Parker Water and Sanitation offered paddleboarding, hiking, and for the first time ever, fishing at the reservoir this year. An indication of program popularity, the reservoir received 72,201 visitors from May through October of this year, including 778 anglers.
Let's honor together all of you who helped protect our historic and natural resources, those who have volunteered or worked to make the Fair and Rodeo and Reuter Hess a fun place for our citizens, or help protect our open spaces. We truly appreciate you. As we are all aware, Lincoln Avenue is a vital regional arterial in Douglas County. In partnership with the City of Lone Tree and Denver South and a shared investment of $4 million, we are developing a long-term vision to address safety and mobility needs for the Lincoln Avenue corridor near the I-25 exchange. Together, we are conducting a public outreach process to better understand existing conditions, future development, and multimodal transportation needs. Also in Lone Tree, a new pedestrian bridge brings improved safety for drivers, hikers, and bikers alike along the C-470 trail near Park Meadows, creating a safer, more convenient connection for pedestrians and cyclists, and more mobility for drivers.
Safety and mobility for southern Castle Rock and Douglas County are the primary goals of the Crystal Valley Interchange Project. In partnership with the town of Castle Rock and through a U.S. Department of Transportation Build Grant, this new interchange will be a key regional transportation link to Interstate 25. Our investment in this project in 2024 is $24 million of the total project investment of an estimated $120 million. In response to driver concerns about the guardrail installed along the West Frontage Road as a part of the I-25 South Gap project, a live town hall and additional outreach sought input from stakeholders and encouraged discussion of solutions. In the short term, CDOT removed portions of the guardrail. Over the long term, Douglas County and the town of Castle Rock will relocate segments of the West I-25 frontage road as a part of the Crystal Valley Interchange project to a total of a $10 million investment.
For those who travel throughout the northern tier of Douglas County, safety is on our mind as we work with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, the Highlands Ranch Metro District, and the Highlands Ranch Community Association on improvements to the intersection of University, Lincoln, and Quebec. This $13 million project, we will rebuild and reconfigure the full intersection. US 85 is a critical regional corridor in Highlands Ranch. Together with our partners, this $108 million project will improve safety, mobility, and traffic operations along the critical stretch of the highway between Highlands Ranch Parkway and C-470. The project includes road widening and the construction of 2 below-grade trail crossings to improve safety for pedestrians and cyclists. Keeping in mind the value of our collective investment in transportation, will everyone partnering on these projects please stand and allow us to thank you?
Castle Rock. Well, Castle Rock was supposed to stand. Earlier this year, having listened to the concerns of older adults, I requested that our board take on an older adults initiative. Our goal is to establish and maintain an effective approach for a collaborative, interactive, and community-driven discussion on the challenges and opportunities facing older adults in Douglas County. This outreach effort will help inform program direction, communication, and education, and assist service providers in their efforts to provide older adults with a high quality of life. We recently concluded a series of community meetings as well as a community survey. The findings are scheduled to be released at a live town hall in February 2024. For an inside look at what older adults think about and care about today, please watch this.
It's very nice to be out. This is my youngest son, Tim. I try to keep up with him. Sometimes it works, and sometimes I just go, okay, it's time, I'm done. I am not your typical 80-year-old. That's right. That lives in Douglas County.
Inside.
I play on the 50s and 70s senior softball team. I also ski. Yeah. Oh, yeah. These are all medals from the Huntsman Senior Games, which is like the Senior Olympics. 4 golds, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. how much longer can I stay in my house? How much longer can I take care of my house?
We know that many of the older adults in our community are worried.
We are growing so fast.
I haven't seen any resources for senior counseling.
There should be something for taxes for seniors.
They're worried about, did they plan well enough for retirement? They're worried about maintaining social connections.
It's hard to find a new group of people to actually get close friendships with.
How are they going to get around? How are they going to get out to the grocery store?
I think that's an understandable concern, for sure.
There are gaps for so many of our senior adults, and we want to have that conversation. We want to talk.
Thank you so much for coming today. We are kicking off our Older Adults initiative.
What could we be doing better? What should we be doing better? That's why you're here today. That's why we wanted you here.
We asked, do you have friends or family that you can connect to when you need support?
It is extremely important for Douglas County to care about the seniors.
Being a senior, there's nothing for us when it comes to senior living. I'm 142 on one list. I'm 607 on another list.
The senior population has grown more than any other population in this county.
They are our foundation, and they built this community.
There's a lot of resources that might be available to you that you don't know about.
They need to be heard.
As soon as we've got answers, as soon as we have solutions, I assure you, we will be rolling those out and doing our very best to make sure everybody has a chance to know it and make use of it.
I hope they go out and they take all the information seriously and they come up with a plan that works.
Are you vintage? Yeah! Are you vibrant?
My birthday morning, I went downstairs and there was my husband. And do you know what he got me? A bathroom scale.
We're going to talk about some things to look out for today. Every single phone call, every piece of mail, every email that comes in, your suspicions should be through the roof.
This is unbelievable. This is just the coolest thing. I'm actually on a train looking at all the beautiful Alps.
For these breaths, we will inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth.
Thank you for thinking of your seniors. Instead of just talking about it, our county commissioners and our county is doing something about it.
We made a promise as a county to build a community around their homes that they could trust, would let them live the lives they want to live. And it's a promise we're going to keep.
Yep.
Another successful day.
Will all who are a part of our Older Adult Initiative, who serve our older adult population, please stand and be recognized.
The Highlands Ranch Metro District broke ground this year on a new 22,000 square foot senior center. Douglas County Human Services will lease space to deliver SNAP, Medicaid, and financial assistance services to older adults in Highlands Ranch, reducing their reliance on transportation to Castle Rock. More than $9 million in county ARPA funds have been dedicated in the support of mental and behavioral health needs in Douglas County for residents in the form of the CARE Compact, which has served 97 clients with care coordination. Douglas County Community Response Teams, which have served 7,500 unique individuals. Suicide prevention, veterans' mental health, and the 988 Suicide Prevention Hotline. This year, the county's mental health initiative celebrates its 9th year. Let's watch a video that looks at its growth and significant accomplishments.
So this is one that came to our Veteran Service Office. It's a thank you card. I really appreciate all you have done to help me. I could not have done it on my own.
We get heartfelt letters from people who want to acknowledge the change in their life.
Thank you for coming to help guide me back on track.
Thank you so much for helping me, not judging me, for caring about people in the community.
I didn't think there were people out there like that.
We hear over and over about the mental health of kids, of adults, of veterans.
You know, it can be everything from just having a tough day to having a family member that's actually chronically mentally ill. So it runs the whole gamut, but we all have mental health.
The impact and the difference you make should be commended, realized, and lifted up. We are making a difference in people's lives. We are getting them the help they need.
I wish every county and city in America had this great program.
The Mental Health Initiative in Douglas County has grown by leaps and bounds.
The Mental Health Initiative saves lives. And it will save more lives. It has saved lives already.
We now have 7 co-response teams for the public and 2 teams that are dedicated just to kids in schools.
It sounds like your counselor was a little bit concerned about you. Can you tell me what's been going on?
We're able to cover all the schools in Douglas County. The private schools, the charter schools, and the district schools.
So would you be open if they gave you or your mom a call?
And that's been tremendously successful.
We know the earlier a child gets help, the better off they will be in the future.
We also expanded something called the Care Compact.
911, what is the outcome of your emergency?
And the Care Compact is a partnership of about 12 organizations, all of whom provide case management.
Just taking the time and being able to sit with them, find out what they need, find out how we can help them get that. It's amazing.
Why is that important? Because you cannot just go out and respond to emergency situations.
We're here today because we got a phone call that you might want to hurt yourself.
You have to have an infrastructure behind that, making sure they stay connected with treatment, and if they need medication, making sure they have access to that.
Let's get them in a good place going forward and help them so they can continue moving forward.
Suicide is obviously the ultimate tragedy associated with behavioral health. Programs that focus on postpartum depression, older adults, middle-aged men, LGBTQ+ youth.
What does it do to you?
Well, try to name something it doesn't do to you.
You crawl into your shell and you continue to fight these demons. And many of veterans who don't seek help, don't know where to go for help, become one of the 22. It's 22 a day. 22 veteran suicides a day, every day. That is totally unacceptable.
You know, if you've ever dropped a rock in water, you see the ripple effect that goes out. And you never know where all those ripples go, but they go somewhere. We'll never know the entire impact of what our mental health initiative has done, but we know that we have reached corners that were never reached before.
Will all representatives on the Mental Health Initiative please stand and be recognized? One of the 7 counties in the Metropolitan Football Stadium District, in late 2022, Douglas County was awarded $939,363 in one-time funding. Funds generated from the sale of the Denver Broncos. With the statutory direction that funding must be spent on youth activities programs, our board determined that our new youth commission would play a significant role in evaluating proposals and recommending grant recipients. Approximately $826,000 will be awarded in early January to applicants, and remaining funds will be held in contingency for future distribution.
Our youth are the future of Douglas County, and as you just heard, they are involved. Youth serve on our Youth Commission and participate in the Douglas County Youth Initiative programs like Youth Congress. Thank you for your incredible work evaluating and recommending Stadium District funds for distribution.
Using $1.37 million in ARPA funding this year, the Board of Douglas County Commissioners allocated grant funding to area nonprofits focused on suicide prevention. Among some of the most impacted groups, middle-aged men, pre- and postnatal women, older adults, veterans, and youth. Thank you to everyone doing this important work in our community.
Did you know that more than 20,000 veterans live in Douglas County? As a board, we honor the service and sacrifice of our nation's heroes. This year, we participated in Operation Greenlight with the hope that this small effort would illuminate the immense pride we feel for our veterans and ignite the type of support they deserve. Let's watch this video to honor the veterans in our community. Sometimes you have to really shine a light on something to remind people. Stop. Take a moment. Show your support and celebrate. This year, for the first time, Douglas County is participating in Operation Greenlight. It's just one of the big announcements we have this year to honor the veterans among us.
The Veterans Administration plans to build a new outpatient healthcare clinic in Castle Rock.
This new clinic will be a big deal to our veterans.
Anytime we can get services to them and treat them where they're at is always better.
The convenience. It lets them fit it into their lives
and not have to travel hours to get their care.
We know there are veterans, based off our conversations with them, that will tell us they will not get treatment based off the locations of these clinics.
This is going to be an outpatient clinic. This is the day-to-day stuff. This is the yearly checkup that we all need.
One of the positives with this clinic is there's going to be a section for mental health services.
It's just to the south of Castle Rock Adventist Hospital, right off of I-25.
It's not a favor, it's an obligation.
This isn't being given as some kind of welfare. These are services earned.
Everyone knows someone that is a veteran, and many of your community leaders are veterans.
Bob Marshall, State Representative, House District 43, Highlands Ranch, Marine Corps.
Rhianne Brown, Douglas County Coroner, United States Coast Guard.
Kevin Rance, City of Castle Pines, City Council, United States Army.
Andy Jones, Highlands Ranch Metro District Board, retired United States Navy Captain.
Laura Hefta, Parker Town Council Member, United States Army, Colonel.
Tim Dietz, Councilman, Castle Rock, District 6, U.S. Navy.
Anthony Hartsook, Colorado State Representative, United States Army.
Chris Mays, Veteran Service Office Director, U.S. Army, Command Sergeant Major, retired.
Every single municipality here in Douglas County has a veteran on their municipal council. George Teal, Douglas County Commissioner, United States Army Infantry. There was one announcement that we had this year that was very personal for me.
and I'll never forget it.
Wave those flags. It's a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you with great pride and honor, Corporal Ryan Garza.
On October 3rd, 2011, my whole life changed. I was struck by an IED, and I thought my life was going to be over. But then I realized I needed to give back, and I needed to fight with everything I got. They let me pick the day of my amputation. Since they let me pick the day, I figure what better day to get your leg cut off than Friday the 13th.
Douglas County, in partnership with many others, was able to give Marine Corporal Ryan Garza a home of his own in Sterling Ranch, Colorado.
One day, I got a call saying you're going to get a house,
I can tell you that he is overwhelmed.
a wheelchair accessible one, something I've dreamed about.
He's going to have wider hallways where his wheelchair can go through. He will have a bathroom where he doesn't have to crawl over a tub.
Despite his injuries, disappointments, a long recovery that could have made even the strongest person fade, Ryan's heart somehow remained clearly on his sleeve. To Ryan, I am beyond honored to call you my brother and my friend. Congratulations.
Sterling Ranch is going to be very lucky to have this young man.
Thank you. Thank you for being on that truck. Thank you for being on that mission. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you. Ready? 1, 2, 3, pitch.
Ryan Garza, brother, welcome home.
Thank you so much. You bet.
Great job, Sterling Ranch. Well done. Well, you guys are failing to follow directions once again, so will all military veterans among us, their spouses, and others who support our veteran community, please stand so once again we can recognize you with applause. From your assessor to your sheriff, from your clerk and recorder to your county surveyor, your treasurer and your coroner, the delivery of efficient, convenient, and high-quality services are a core priority for our board and all who work for Douglas County government. With thanks to Coroner Rayanne Brown, Sherry Davis, Toby Domish, Dave Gill, Daryl Roberts, and Darren Weekly, will you please stand, all you I just named, and allow us to thank you for your incredible service to Douglas County. Please stand, and then please join me, everyone, in thanking our elected officials. We are excited and grateful to share that your new, right-sized, tailored just for Douglas County Health Department is celebrating its first year as an independent agency dedicated to Douglas County. And because I know many of you from our health department are here today, I'd like you too to stand so that we may recognize you for your role in this tremendous achievement. I saw some back there. There we go.
Another amazing group of individuals critical to the success of Douglas County are the women in leadership that we have the opportunity as commissioners to collaborate with every day. Sometimes under-recognized, the female leaders in Douglas County are strong, powerful, kind-hearted, and dedicated to the service of others. From the many female department heads and managers at the county that we get to work with each day, including our colleague, Commissioner Thomas, who took a courageous stance to support the vulnerable young people in our community. Again, those from the business sector, from the helm of trusted nonprofits to the elected leadership at every level. We are blessed and honored to call you our valued partners in service to Douglas County. People like Jen Eby, who champions our homeless initiative. Holly Carroll, who has managed nearly every special project, including the early stages of our health department. Pam Kelly, who led Park Meadows as its chief executive for decades. And Priscilla Ron, who handles every land use application in the county as chair of the Douglas County Planning Commission. How about a huge round of applause for all of the women that make our county great? While so many of you have played such a significant role, at this time we would like to specially recognize 4 women who have truly made a difference with certificates of appreciation for your leadership, your positivity, uplifting spirits, and thoughtfulness, coupled with your energy, passion, and dedication to our county, which has truly been remarkable. It has been our joy to labor alongside you. When you hear your name, please stand so that we may provide you with some applause, and then stick around after and we will give you your certificates. From the business sector, Diane Smethels, Sterling Ranch. From the elected leaders, Lone Tree Mayor Jackie Millay. From county government, Deputy County Manager Barbara Drake. And from the nonprofit sector, event chair of the record-breaking inaugural Douglas County Community Foundation Gala, Marco Fields. No other county government is more open, transparent, and accountable to the people than Douglas County. And that's not just talk. Since COVID, Douglas County has hosted nearly 80 live town halls, while providing regular video updates direct from the board newsletters and conducting work sessions and hearings, which are accessible in person or online, where any member of the public can either tune in or provide comment. Let's watch this video for all the ways Douglas County has engaged those we serve.
Well, good evening, and thank you for joining tonight's
Live Town Hall, hosted by Douglas County.
We're so pleased you're here, both here in person and online.
For us, we work for you, not the other way around.
Where are the places that we could still be doing some work? Where are the places that we could be doing better?
We are going to continue trying to get this right.
I'd like to welcome you to our 67th Live Town Hall.
This is our 69th Live Town Hall. This is our 70th Live Town Hall, and we are pleased and honored to welcome all of you to our 75th Live Town Hall.
I want to thank everybody who came here tonight, everybody on the phone, everybody online.
But I thank you for your courage and commitment to spend your evening with us tonight.
So stay connected, stay involved, stay informed. Good night and God bless to everybody.
Thank you all for engaging with us. Established in 2022, the goal of the Economic Development Collaborative is to attract and retain primary employers. In 2023, the county contracted with a consultant to perform a comprehensive analysis of Douglas County's target industries, workforce, existing assets, and access to market opportunities, as well as to gather data. Partners include the town of Castle Rock, the city of Castle Pines, the city of Lone Tree, Highlands Ranch Metro District, the town of Larkspur, and the town of Parker, as well as economic development councils throughout the county. To our local, state, federal, public, nonprofit, and private partners, including our important chambers of commerce and economic development councils, who play a critical role in what has been achieved to shore up the county's reputation as an economic powerhouse, give yourselves a big round of applause. Did you know that Colorado has the second highest concentration of aerospace workers in the country? Together, industry leaders are discussing how our people, companies, and universities are driving the industry's growth and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space exploration and technology, specifically in Douglas County. Whether it's a partnership with Lockheed Martin on the new Ignite Lab or welcoming Blue Origin to Highlands Ranch in the heart of the space corridor, Douglas County continues to take center stage. With access to Colorado's two largest population centers, a business-friendly tax climate, and a robust transportation network, Douglas County is uniquely positioned to be the home of Colorado's aerospace industry.
Our work culture is changing, and so is tourism. That's why we focused on adjusting some of our zoning regulations to accommodate short-term rentals and home-based businesses. After more than a year of public engagement, Douglas County implemented a licensing program for short-term rentals within unincorporated Douglas County. Property owners in Douglas County may now lease short-term rental properties for less than 30 consecutive days. And as more business occurs from the home, the Board of Douglas County Commissioners recognized that zoning regulations needed to change with the state of business. Last year, with input from our community, the board updated its zoning regulation to expand what's allowed within the home. This year, we're working to expand what's allowed within a detached structure, all to help our hardworking residents thrive. I'm sure you noticed today that we're in a different location than past states of the county. The white tablecloths aren't. The china that you ate on is paper. And the silver, it's plastic. We are very concerned about the impact of the rising rates of property taxes to our residents. So we kind of downscaled our cost of this event today. We did more than that, though. Knowing the massive task of educating our taxing authorities on the impact of this year's residential property assessed values, we invited more than 300 entities that levy property taxes on residential properties in Douglas County in to have a conversation with us. Douglas County Commissioners and Assessor Toby Damisch hosted the 2023 Taxing Authority Summit to engage a discussion among all authorities that levy taxes in Douglas County to mitigate the rise in property taxes.
And this is one of the most important things I think that we do as commissioners. Working with the Douglas County Assessor's Office, the Douglas County Treasurer's Office, and State Representative Lisa Frizzell, among others, our board has taken several steps to help reduce the property tax burden on residential property owners in Douglas County. Number one, sitting as the Board of Equalization, our board approved Assessor Toby Damisch's recommendation for an across-the-board 4% reduction in assessments for single-family residential properties. Number two, our board adopted a resolution that actively opposed Proposition HH, which you now know failed at this month's election. We are actively working during this upcoming legislative special session to ensure real property tax relief. Number three, our board committed to a mill levy reduction for Douglas County property owners. You will hear about that soon. Number four, our board hosted several live town hall meetings with Assessor Damisch to explain the appeals process. Please join us in thanking Assessor Toby Damisch, Treasurer Dave Gill, Representative Lisa Frizzell, and all of their staff for their tremendous work during this historic year to allow you to get some property tax relief. Please stand. And as we begin to wrap up, we want to remind our nearly 370,000 residents and the thousands of businesses in Douglas County that through our focus on partnership in the public interest, our collective goal is to keep you safe, keep you moving, keep our economy growing, protect our natural resources, and protect the most vulnerable among us. You may remember that last year we recognized one of the most significant decisions during the past 20 years, which was when Douglas County voters approved in 2001 a tax for the developmental disabilities mill levy. and the enactment of those funds that were collected in 2002. As we celebrate the 21st anniversary of this funding stream, we recognize how it was birthed, many mutually beneficial partnerships and legacy investments in services and programs for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities that continue today. This year, using $6.4 million in ARPA funding, the Douglas County Commissioners purchased the former La Quinta Hotel in Castle Rock for the Wellspring community to develop a housing solution for Douglas County adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Wellspring is going through the permitting process to begin this reconstruction right now. Let's watch this video, how through incredible partnerships, an important group of people in our community can now reclaim hope through housing.
Let me open it up for any citizen comment. Is there any citizen comment in the room?
My name is Gary.
My name is Bridget Greenlaw. My name is...
It was a little bit of a finally moment.
I hope everyone here gets a voice.
Many in the community really got to see these are adults. They may have a disability, but that doesn't diminish their adulthood.
I have a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding.
When I tell people the story,
to convey the former La Quinta Hotel to Wellspring community.
I have to do a lot of picking jaws up off the floor.
I am so proud to be on your team with you.
It makes me proud to live here.
If you're driving by and you see what might look like an old rundown hotel, it really is a diamond in the rough. What I see when I drive by is I see hope.
My name is Carly. I've been to Wellspring for a year.
I'm Damon, and I am one of the stars from Wellspring.
The participants at Wellspring choose to call themselves stars, and we don't disagree with that at all, but they truly are the stars of the Wellspring story.
All those in favor signal by saying aye.
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 Aye. And that carries 3-0. Congratulations.
What you guys have done by purchasing the building and gifting it to Wellspring Housing is about reclaiming hope.
They get it. They understand the needs of their population, this population, the adults with IDD.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
IDD stands for intellectual and/or developmental disability.
Room 124 here could be my room someday.
I see myself living here.
The place where we're standing right now will be called the Unity at Park.
The Unity on Park is something magical.
I might set a bed maybe right here, or maybe even kind of closer to the corner here.
In many ways, I think some of our future residents would have never believed that something like this could be possible.
It would probably be a pretty big step, kind of since I'd be even more independent than I am right now.
It's literally a 3-minute walk door to door for us to get from this facility to where Wellspring is. The fact that it's in such close proximity really means a lot, especially to our parents who are contemplating having their loved one live here full time.
Peter talked to my mom, and she broke down because she didn't know who would take care of me after they passed away.
Carly was giving something to Commissioner Layden. She also shared some of her fears with what would happen when her parents passed away.
Being away from my parents is going to be weird and hard for me, so I would like all the support that I can get.
And you know what? I lost my dad not that long ago, and I'm with you, and I understand. That's a tough situation to lose parents. So
Carly walked up to Commissioner Layden where he's sitting, and they shared this embrace.
I didn't know how I would be able to live.
These were two adults who were bonding over a very human moment. I have the privilege of interacting with these stars on an almost daily basis.
I don't see lives inhibited. I see spirits unleashed.
It has been such a blessing for Wellspring to have so many people see us for who we truly are.
They were stars that day. Yes, they were.
All right.
Whoa.
They still are, very much so.
Also trying to see the potential in what could be.
I see hope for Douglas County and the community because this becomes a model for what could be done and how inclusion looks and how it happens.
Finally go, yeah, we're getting everything started. And
not only do our stars have a voice, they now have a home.
I'd like to thank everybody for engaging in the governance of Douglas County that led to so many tremendous outcomes this year for all of us. I'd like to wish all of you a great day. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. God bless you and have a happy new year.
Thank you for your role in keeping Douglas County economically strong and healthy. Merry Christmas.
I've got two very special people here, my son and daughter, Ava and Thane. If they're still here, I thank you and love you to pieces. He didn't know I was going to do this today, but as chairman of the board, concluding my year of leadership, I want to talk about our vice chair. You're too humble to publicly share this, but it's important for everybody here to know that if it weren't for your leadership, courage, and that critical support, all of my wild ideas to launch the Homeless Initiative, the Wildfire Initiative, support law enforcement, get parks and open space on the ballot, or expand economic development within the business community simply would not have happened. The success we celebrate today is in large part thanks to your support and collaboration, in addition to the many new ideas that you have brought for us to deliver to the citizens. It is because of that and that type of remarkably positive and productive collaboration that I'm excited to announce you as our new board chair for 2024, if you'll accept it. Let's give a big round of applause to George Teal.
I don't know, have we talked about this?
Well, I think it's going to require a vote of a couple of us here, but it's up to you to accept.
Sounds like I'm being pressed into service, but very well
voluntold. The year ahead will be strategic and focused on our core priorities with a special emphasis on parks and open space, a master plan to complement last year's successful ballot measure, the new Water Commission as they develop the 2050 Comprehensive Water Plan, innovative transportation solutions which will meet your future needs, and services to improve the lives of older adults through our Seniors Initiative. As always, though, no good thing comes without your positive spirit, collaboration, best intentions, and willingness to link arms in good faith as we venture forth together into the coming year. As we approach Thanksgiving, I want to thank you all for joining us today and for your partnership in the public interest. Have a great rest of your day.